Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I just read 1,000 Suns and I can confidently tell you that there are one or two things Magnus might have done wrong. This novel introduces us to the 1,000 Suns Legion, an entire legion dedicated to psychers and witchcraft, all led by the Crimson King, a magically gifted Primarch who is as powerful as he is arrogant. The book takes its time to establish what the Legion was like before the Heresy, their methods and their beliefs. We learn their origin story, get to see the various cults in action, and spend some time exploring Tizca. It furthermore shows the two pivotal moments for the Legion, one involving a large courtroom built by Portrayal, and one involving more wolves than the average 1,000 Sun is comfortable with, to say things without spoilers. But yeah, basically, if you would like to know everything about the K-Suns, and if you would like to see all the things Magnus did wrong, then you'll have to read this book for yourself. The best part about this novel is the way it handles the character arc of Magnus the Red, and by extension the Legion as a whole. McNeill does an excellent job at getting you to root for the 1,000 Suns. We get a deep dive into their utopian society, their magical prowess, and the absolute powerhouse that is Magnus and his cult leaders. As a reader, you start to root for their cause, and just when you are fully on board Team Magnus, the book starts to show you the cracks. Some of Magnus' stories don't really match up. What exactly is the deal with this flesh change they keep talking about, and if all is so perfect, why do their allies fear them so much? The latter part of the novel then really hammers down the tragedy of the K-Suns by breaking apart every dream, every belief, and everything they hold dear. The book may seem on the long side, but all the setup really pays off with how tragic it makes the ending. In that regard, I would also like to praise how much I love this type of Legion books that basically give a total summary of the Legion. Like, you can read this or a book like Fulgrim or Angel Exterminatus and you know all you really need to know to understand the Legion. As a lore nerd, I love this concept and I wish we had such a banger for each Legion. That being said, there's one thing that clouds my love for these McNeill books, and that is his writing style. His books fall very much in the don't think about it too much category, where they on one hand contain a lot of cool concepts and wild ideas, but on the other hand contain a lot of lore inconsistencies, logical flaws, casual bigotry, random sex stuff, character deviations, and love-inducing philosophy. Just to give some examples, the white scars in this book can't speak English properly, because well, they aren't white. Sanguinius looks like Corvus Corax, an emo edgelord with long black hair and vampire fangs. One of the three Remembrancer's entire personality is that she's hot. Custodes are the same size as Space Marines. Magnus is like the fourth Primarch to feel special because he knows the cave allegory. The fat Remembrancer being fat stopped being funny about the 5th time it was brought up. And everything involved with the Emperor which is clunky AF. And so on and so forth. It's not the worst I've read, but definitely enough to annoy me a bit. What I did really like though was how well McNeill's weird brain got to shine during all the magic scenes in his book. Naturally, for a book all about the Astartes witches, there are a lot of magical battles, Harry Potter moments, and prophetic visions, astral projections, rituals, etc. All of these were written very well, they were weird and creative, but described in such a way that it is clear what is going on. The language was imaginative, but not too archaic or flowery. In fact, it was so cool that I'm kinda contemplating getting some K-Suns and kit bashing them into some magic using the diorama piece, but we'll see if that ever happens. Another great part is Ahriman, Magnus' second in command. As the leader of the Corvidite cult, he specializes in foresight and predicting the strands of fate. Yet as of late, all his visions have stopped, and thus Ahriman is already on edge, as he now has to live without knowing what will happen in advance. And exactly now does he learn that this Primarch may not be all that he seems. The gene flaws of the 1,000 Suns start making a return, and just altogether their fate becomes very tumultuous. I know the meme is that Magnus did nothing wrong, but it would be a better meme to state that Ahriman did nothing wrong. This guy seriously tried to fix things at every turn, but he never had enough power or knowledge to do so. This book then follows him as he loses all that is dear to him, his worldview is shattered multiple times, and he is forced to do things he will regret for as long as he lives. I loved Azek and I really should give his 40k books a read, I reckon. The final thing I would like to say is that this book actually handled its foreshadowing and reveals very well. This is also the reason why I try to avoid spoilers, even though this story is a common knowledge to most of you viewers. I think this book would be an amazing read if you don't know what to expect yet. So altogether, 1,000 Suns get 5 out of 5 tutelaries. This book is an excellent guide to the 1,000 Suns Legion, covering everything from their origin to their beliefs. Both Magnus and Ozek are amazing characters that are backed by a strong cast of memorable Thousand Sons witches. McNeill's writing style makes me roll my eyes sometimes, but his superb portrayal of the many magical scenes in this book more than made up for it. This story is extremely tragic and it is set up very well for optimal gut punching, so it's a must read for Thousand Sons fans, but also definitely one of those Horus Heresy books you should all just give a read. And finally, I would like to give a little reminder about the fact that all review videos will soon move to the Grimdark Reviews channel, so if you like these book reviews then make sure to subscribe to that channel as well.
You've reached the end of this Vox message. If this sparked your pleasure centers, make sure to anoint the subscribe button. Thank you for visiting Bathelloren. May the Omnissiah be with you.